engaged in the entire spectrum, right from mobility revolution to value creation. The 17.3 billion euro Valeo Group is a technological and industrial leader in powertrain electrification, thermal, visibility and driver assistance systems. Present in 31 countries, the group caters to the requirements of several OEMs worldwide. Today, 1 in every third car on the roads worldwide is equipped with Valeo's thermal, electrical and ADAS solutions. It invested 12% of its original equipment sales in R&D. At 303 million sales, the India operations of Valeo has 8 production sites and 1 R&D center, besides 5 distribution platforms spread over Chennai, Pune, Sanand, Gurgaon and Noida. It supplies to almost all the OEMs in all the vehicle segments in the country. The R&D center offers engineering support and expertise for mechanical design, simulation, embedded software development, hardware and functional safety design. Besides, it is involved in software development and testing for vision systems and global services for information systems and IT infrastructure. Today, we are at the Industry 4.0 facility of Valeo India in Pune, which makes starters, alternators, electrification products such as e-drive, inverter, onboard chargers and DC-DC converters. Joining us today is Mr. Jaikumar Ji, India Group President, Managing Director and Board of Director for all entities of Valeo in India. Jaikumar, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Murli, for the introduction.
Yeah. So it's very nice to hear that now you have completed 25 years of your service in India, while Valeo Group is also celebrating the centenary this year. So if you can give me an update about Valeo's India's operations.
We started our journey in India since 1997 with 2 entities. One is the clutches and the friction material. So those 2 entities, we celebrated the 25 years anniversary in 2022. And the last 25 years has been very eventful, and we are able to, as you know, the Valeo is a company, a tech company with diverse product portfolio. So step by step we brought all these products to India, and so we expanded our lighting systems, then on the HVAC thermal systems, then we brought in radiators, charge air coolers, and then we also expanded our alternator starters in Pune, and then in Sanand recently we have started our sensor manufacturing. So this journey has been quite challenging. At the same time, I think what is important is the customer trust, which has helped us in growing our business in the last 25 years. And as well, the engagement and involvement of all our employees that brought to this stage. So we are now in Valeo India, we are about 6,200 people. The other important milestone is the R&D center. So we started almost 13 years back the R&D center in a small way. It was just a mechanical engineering group, and then we went on to expand to electronics, software. Now we have in total almost 10 engineering disciplines, which is now we are increasing our competencies in functional safety, cyber security, artificial intelligence. And last couple of years we have been expanding our R&D testing facilities. So we have substantially invested in testing and validation. Not only testing and validation, but also the failure analysis. So now we are becoming a global hub for R&D as well as for the testing of all global products. So we have state-of-the-art facilities, the big shaker tables, the big climatic chambers, so which is one of its kind, which is going to be helpful in becoming a big testing facility for the global value. And our growth in 2022 has been very good. So our last few years has been more focused on conventional products.
So I think the latest sensation is electrification. So you already have a 48-volt product and also the high voltage motors. If you can throw more light on what is in store for the future.
One is globally the electrification accelerating very fast. It is faster than the predictions, whether it is US or Europe or China. India also, initially we had some whether this is going to take off, a lot of thoughts are there. But then if you see this 2022, it has been better than predictions, the past predictions. What we see in our internal study is that the first rapid electrification will happen in three-wheeler segment. So there's going to be a massive shift from ICE to EV because of the total cost of ownership, even without the subsidies, but the government, this is better. Then comes the transition in two-wheelers. Two-wheelers also will transition fast from ICE to EVs. And then we see the four-wheeler also will transition, but at a little bit slower pace. So for India, we are seeing that this is going to be a very important segment which we need to work on. So the success factor is to localize, increase our pace of localization.
Yeah. What kind of opportunities that you see in the adjacent areas?
In Valeo, we created a division called Special Vehicle Application, SVA. So this special vehicle application is to address all the new segments. You know, now if we were predominantly into passenger vehicles and commercial vehicles. Today we are venturing into two-wheelers, three-wheelers, electrification. We are also working on droids, drones, lawn mowers, off-road applications. So many of these 48-volt solutions we can adapt to new segments.
Okay.
So these are some of the things, and also e-bikes. So we have e-bikes which are, with 48 volts motor. We have a collaboration with a gear manufacturer, a French gear manufacturer, which is, of course, it is now in France, but it could be expanded to other parts of the world. So this is an integrated thing. The e-bikes we were never in the past, but today we are exploring that. And e-fit bike, that is another proto we are working on. So the next decade, we will see a lot of business coming in these segments.
Okay. That's very interesting to know. You also have a big role to play in the aftermarket. So if you can throw a little more light on the present scenario and then the future.
So aftermarket, we created this Valeo service in 2010, and we are also expanding in commercial vehicles and also the tractor segments. We have the products, but we are trying to increase our market share. So we have introduced all across India total 7 Valeo shoppers, which is to have more brand identity, better customer experience, and to also give the feel and to get the customer to feel the product and experience the product in terms of our quality, reliability.
I would like to visit the manufacturing facility. If you can help me understand how things are being produced here, it will be great.
I'll be very happy to show you our manufacturing and with the different technologies and different evolutions and expansion, what we are doing in the plant.
Jekmar, if you can explain a little bit about the manufacturing operations of Valeo in India.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, we have 8 production sites across India, and we have adopted this Industry 4.0 on all the sites. So we have these e-workstations, MES, e-build to truck, e-reordering, so which are all manual operations before. Now we have automated it, and we have trained our operators also to handle all these different digitization. So we are going for more and more digitization, more and more automation also. So digitization, we are reducing the paperwork, as well as by capturing the accurate data, we are able to see that the right data is there and we are able to react in the right way and thereby improving the efficiency. So that's about digitization. So in our plant, we started a couple of years back the digitization process, and we are expanding into all areas, and all the new equipments completely comes with this digitization tools. The second is about automation. When I say automation, we talk about robotics and we talk about automation. This not only it increases the productivity, it also helps the ergonomy for the workmen. So this is our two goals for automation. So we are increasing our robotics stage by stage. Every year we have a target, and we are increasing the robotic density so that we have more automated operations, ultimately improve the ergonomy as well as the productivity. So this is about the Industry 4.0 all across our plants. In terms of expansion, we are having huge expansion plans in Pune, and then also we are expanding in Sanand for our ultrasonic sensors manufacturing. So which is going to be the future, next 5 years is going to have the big growth in these two areas.
Okay, that's interesting. What is very unique about the Pune facility?
Pune facility was mainly manufacturing starters and alternators, and it continues to do so. Now we are equipping ourselves, getting ready for the electrification journey. Now, Pune is going to be the hub for electrification. So we have installed a line which is called the multi-range line, which is for the 48-volt solution, which you just now saw. And that line is going to cater to all the two-wheeler and three-wheeler segment electric manufacturing. So we will manufacture the motor, inverter there, and then we will assemble the reducer, and then we'll supply to our OEMs of three-wheelers and two-wheelers. And all these lines are coming with all the Industry 4.0 digitization tools. Then that's about the low voltage 48-volt solution. This line, what you're seeing is then just newly installed line, which has got 18 stations. This is for the 3-in-1 combo. This line is manufactured locally, integrated with our global systems.
Okay.
That is not only the manufacturing but also the Industry 4.0. This has got the e-workstation traceability. This is 18 workstations with the different operations of assembling the electronics into the box, and as well we have the end of line testing. So this particular line is dedicated for our Tata, Nexon and Tigor EVs.
I also understand that you have a lot of physically challenged people working in this facility. There's a concept by name Able Plus. So if you can tell us about it.
Yeah, see, we believe in diversity. So one of the there are 4 diversity: gender diversity, the disability diversity, cultural diversity. So we took this project for disability diversity, and we named it as Able Plus. So why this Able Plus is that, even though they are speech and hearing impaired, but they have the skills to use their hands and mind to work in the shop floor. So initially we were kind of skeptical whether this will work, but then we had a special training for the people, that is the supervisors, and we also had a sensitization workshop for all the managers to understand how the speech and hearing impaired people behave and how we need to interact with them. So we started with the sensitization workshop, then we trained the supervisors, then we trained the Able Plus people who have the speech and hearing disability. It's not that they are disabled, but they have the skills to work in the shop floor. We discovered that with our pilot. We started with as a pilot project, and it's important that we need to have people who are trained to know the sign language. So we need to communicate with the people. We need to train them on the different operations. So they should be able to read the workstation, the work instructions. They should be able to understand the process. So this particular thing we took as a as a project and I think we have been very successful, and they are able to, in fact, come to the level of the regular operators. And we have now about 41 people engaged in different lines and different shifts. And one is, this is also a service to the society, that we are able to, discard the disability part of it and use their skills for our manufacturing. And we, in the last couple of years, we increased the headcount, and we intend to increase further and encourage these kind of people, so we can get the benefit. They can get benefit as well as the company can get benefited from the production activity.
I have also seen some women in the shop floor. How many people are there? Tell about the gender diversity.
Yeah, in the shop floor, we have about 10% of people, women employees. As a Valeo globally also, we have a target globally to see that we increase the women percentage in our population. We are having a specific monitoring at the corporate level and also at the group level on their salary levels, their succession development plan, and during hiring whether we can hire women in those positions. So today we are having in shop floor as well as in our R&D center, we have many women. In Pune we have a good amount of population, and our goal is to increase from the current 10% to 20-25% in the next 5 years. So that's about it. And also the other thing, that at the leadership level also, we are planning to increase diversity. That at the group level also, at the country level also.
Do you see possibilities for Valeo India to get more manufacturing opportunities from Valeo Global?
Yeah, see, today we are exporting clutches, self-adjusting clutch, and also DMF and friction phasing. So in future, I see some opportunities that are going to come from electrification and also sensors. So in electrification, we will be the, India will be the hub for manufacturing of 48-volt solutions for the two-wheelers, three-wheelers. So in future, for these kind of countries, emerging countries where they need this 48 volts E-axis, we could supply from India to the different parts of the world. And as we localize more, we see that there will be opportunities for high voltage solution, but not immediate future, but then in the long term, we will have the opportunity. The key thing is to have more competitiveness in India compared to China or any other low cost countries. Today, we need to make our ecosystem much more competitive. So in terms of the cost, in terms of supply chain, so that we are having the competitiveness much better than China and other countries. So we are competing. For example, we have a couple of years back, we started this organization called India Purchasing Organization for International. That is, Valeo globally will source from Indian suppliers. So we have a team of people who are supporting our suppliers to export to other parts of Valeo, like in Europe or US and other parts of. So this is one of our target to reach 500 million euros, of sourcing from India. We see that there are some parts which we are able to compete. There are some parts still we do not have the competitiveness. But it is all about the policies and from the government and the ecosystem, which needs much more improvement, so that globally we are competitive. And I think with these changes, we see a good opportunity in the coming future for the electrification products as well as the sensors and ADAS related products.
Okay. Coming to the tech center, what kind of responsibilities that you see that you will get it in the future?
Technology center, what we have the tech center in Chennai, this is a global hub for our R&D today, and we are increasing our software headcount and also the simulation from mechanical, electronics and software. We are equipping ourselves for the new competencies. We are having 3,000 talented engineers today, and out of this, we also have more than 70 experts. Experts meaning we have a specific training for them, and they are experts in the particular technology or particular process.
Subject matter expert, something like that.
Yeah. So these experts, you can go to them for any solutions on a particular technology, particular product or process. So we are having a year on year, we increasing the number of experts. That is one. Second, we were, 10 years ago, we were having very low patents in India, but today we are accelerating our patent filing. So we have filed almost more than 214 patents from India in the last so many years. And year on year, we are seeing that patent filing is, so this is another way to see that the competency of our teams, and we are able to match our talent to the global requirements. So our goal is to see that this R&D competencies in all these new areas, be it functional safety, cyber security, artificial intelligence, all these are enhanced, and then we see that this is the center for our Valeo global R&D.
Okay, okay. So at the end of the day, for the suppliers, increasing content per car or content per vehicle is the basic criteria when you have growth. So what are the opportunities for you to enhance the content per vehicle?
So today when we talk about ICE, so it has a clutch, it has I'm talking about the products which we are supplying. The clutch, then we have the alternators, starters. If you put all of them, add sum up all these, and then this, when it moves to EV, you have the e-motor with inverter, then we have the onboard charger, DC-DC. All put, sum it up. We see that the content per car will increase 10 to 20 times depending on the segment, from the lower segment to the mid segment to higher. It's a huge content per car increase in powertrain solutions alone. If you then go to the thermal systems of for EV, so today we are having a radiators, HVAC. When we go to EV, we have many other solutions: battery cooling plate, then electric heat pump, electric compressors. So again, multifold increase of content. So that's about the electrification for powertrain and thermal systems. Now, if you look at the sensor, so the regulation is also one of the important things that, today sensors are mandatory requirement, and with more and more automated cars, you will have more and more sensors. Then you will have cameras. Then you move from level 1 to level 2. Itself, it's a fourfold increase in content. And then if you move from level 2 to level 2 plus, even before level 3, it is almost five times increase in content, both as a part as well as the software and the integration part of it. Coming to the lighting, one of the pillars which we said in move up. Again, lighting, today we are talking about the normal headlamps and tail lamps. Now the lighting is coming with the features, which is, this electrification is also accelerating this features and appeal added to the lighting. So this is a LED and there's a programming, there's software, there's electronics, has a huge content increase in lighting. And also there are new features of lighting, not only the headlamps, tail lamps features, but there's lighting with welcome sign when you open the door. Then there is from the headlamp you can put the lighting in front for better safety. So these are going to add a huge content per car. So how much of it? So we see that the electrification in India, we are transitioning, and as and when the customer needs these new features into Indian car market, we have the technology, we'll bring those to India, and then we will see that the content increases for all the different product groups which we have.
Globally, Valeo has set a target to achieve the carbon neutrality by 2050. How Valeo India is preparing itself to support that objective?
See, in Valeo, we are very much aligned to the global goals, what is said by our Valeo Group. In Chennai alone, in all the Chennai manufacturing facilities, close to 95% of the energy needs are met by wind energy. So we are purchasing the wind power for the clutch plant, the lighting plant, and the thermal plant, and also the friction material plant. We are also having the Sanand facility with solar panels, and close to 40% of the energy needs are met by this solar energy. Then in Chennai, our R&D center, we have signed recently a contract to go for solar energy. 58% of the energy needs will be met by solar. So we are on track in meeting these global goals on carbon neutrality. And also the group drives each and every site to have the target of reduction of CO2 every year. So every plant has projects to reduce energy consumption, and all the new equipments comes with the energy monitoring system. We have gone in for the ISO 15001 so that we have the system to monitor these energy situation and see that the awareness is created throughout the management and also throughout the plant, so that we are conscious of this wastage of energy. The second is about the supply chain. So we also need to attack the supply chain part of it. So we have done the awareness session for all our supplier partners, and they are also given specific training on these carbon neutrality targets. And we are also monitoring this from our purchasing organization to see that they are reducing the carbon footprint, that is the CO2 reduction year on year. And more we are going to make this as a measurable points for our supplier selection process going forward. And also to add one more point, we are also contributing to the circular economy. So this through to the 4 Rs, the remanufacturing. So we do the remanufacturing to be as good as new, so that we can reuse the parts. The second is the repair. So repair of electronic parts and make it so you need not scrap it. You can reuse it. Then use recyclable materials for all our processes. Then the fourth point is about robust design. So when we talk about robust design, in our design phase itself, we see that how we can enhance the life of the product, so that you can this will help and see that we contribute to this circular economy and see that we are in a better position in the future.
Okay, that's interesting. So lastly, about your long-term plans.
One of the primary goals is to expand in electrification.
Okay.
The second is on expanding in our comfort and driving assistance. So we are, as I mentioned in the previously, that we are we have a facility for ultrasonic sensor manufacturing. So we are going to do backward integration, localize more of the parts, and we are going to expand in that area. And we are going to use that as a hub for export, not only for India, but also export. Then there is also a thought process to increase, expand in other areas of comforted driving assist like cameras. So we are studying the market to see the volumes and how we can use the facility in India to manufacture in the future. That's a very long-term plan, I would say.
Okay.
We want to also have our R&D center as a world-class R&D center and a very important contributor to the value R&D globally. The amount of software used in the 10 years old car and today is substantial. The software and the electronics, the content has increased substantially. So what we see is that there's going to be a huge requirement of electronics engineers and software engineers. So this is going to be an opportunity for India, and we can use our Indian talent to grow our R&D center. So this is another important goal for India, to expand our R&D further and further going forward.
Okay, great. It was lovely talking to you, Jay Kumar. Thank you for sparing your valuable time.
Thank you
Thanks
very
so
much.